Hi guys, how are you all doing? This is the Tennis World with the Tennis Expert. I am your tennis expert. A nice warm welcome to my viewers right around the world. So I hope you guys are all good. And yeah, let's get into the video, shall we? Let's get into the video, shall we? So we've got Novak Djokovic. I don't know, my clock started, guys. I don't know if what you've seen, but I'm going to have to start it all over again. And if you've seen it, sorry about that, but it says 0, so I've got to assume that. Welcome to the Tennis World with the Tennis Expert. I am your tennis expert. Big warm welcome to my viewers right around the world. This is your Olympic gold medal game, your Olympic final preview, guys. I'm your tennis expert. I'm going to break this match down to you. Novak Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz. Statistically, Djokovic has achieved the most in a career of tennis. Alcaraz has achieved the most for someone 21 years of age. You can only be the best for your age. They're going to battle for this gold medal, guys. They're going to battle for it, and they're going to battle for it. And I'm going to just preview this match for you and give you some great knowledge here. Firstly, actually, I'll do the bronze medal game last because some people might not want to wait because it's less popular. But yeah, I just want to like talk about this gold medal game. Head-to-head, 3-all, Djokovic and Alcaraz. On clay, they're 1-all. Grand Slams, it's 2-1 to Alcaraz. Grand Slam finals is 2-0 for Alcaraz, right? Like, honestly, I think like the best court that these guys could meet for Alcaraz would be a clay court, because one, it's a slower court and a more high bouncing court. So one, Alcaraz has great topspin. I think he has the second most topspin ever after Nadal. He gets the ball to jump high off the court. So when you're playing with topspin and clay is the highest bouncing court, you're going to maximize that high bounce to jump up and make it awkward for your opponent. So you're doing that anyway, but then when it's clay, you maximize that, so it's going to bounce even higher. So the fact that he does way more topspin than Djokovic, that'll suit his game. Then the other thing is Djokovic has good, decent power to like get past the court and finish points, even against a fast defender on faster courts, because he has decent power on the forehand and backhand, but not a huge weapon. So fast courts, he can get past guys, finish points. But on the clay, yes, he can get past guys and finish points, but maybe if they're slower and they're not that fast. But the combination of a very fast defender like Alcaraz and a slow clay court, you really need a huge weapon like a huge forehand to get past that slow court and get past a defender that's very fast. Because Alcaraz is very fast anyway, hard to get past him. But then when it's a clay court, which is slowing down the ball, and it gives him even more time to get to the ball, you have you need a huge weapon, a huge forehand. So this very good forehand and backhand, but not a huge weapon, it can do that on a fast court for Djokovic, but on clay, it can do it against a guy who's slow or medium speed maybe. But the combination of clay and a defender that's very fast, you need that huge weapon, and Djokovic doesn't have it. Whereas Alcaraz's backhand is just about as good as Djokovic's, if not as good close. But then he's got that huge weapon, that huge forehand, that when he has time to set up on the forehand, he can generate enough power to get past any defender on any court. So even Djokovic at his prime, Nadal at his prime, he can generate enough power to hit through a slow clay court and finish points. And that's going to be the big thing. Whereas Djokovic has decent power, but not quite enough power to get through a slow clay court and a fast defender like Alcaraz. Whereas Alcaraz has the power to get through even Djokovic when he was 25 on clay with that forehand. And he's going to get time to set up because the court's going to be slow. Then he can get past any defender on any court. And that saying he could get past Djokovic when he's 25. Djokovic is 37 with a knee problem. So firstly, he could get past Djokovic when he's 25 with that huge forehand on clay. And because he's coming slow, he's going to have time to set up. Secondly, Djokovic won't even be that fast anyway. So Alcaraz will be more faster than Djokovic, saying this slow clay court, I'm making a wall. I'm very fast. The court's slow. It's hard to get past me. Alcaraz's speed is going to be better than Djokovic's. So that's one. Secondly, even if you've got two very fast defenders the same speed, the big thing there will be a weapon, a big, huge forehand to get. Once you've got a very fast defender and a slow court to give them extra time, you need a huge weapon to get past them. Alcaraz has that big weapon in the forehand. Djokovic doesn't. So one, Alcaraz is faster, but two, even if they were the same speed, on clay you need that huge weapon to finish points through the slow clay court, past the great defender. Alcaraz has that one big shot, the forehand, in a way that Djokovic doesn't. Like if you look at Nadal and Djokovic's rivalry, one of the reasons why Nadal did better than Djokovic in their matches on clay is that when they were young in their peak, they were both fast. They were both amazing defenders. But Nadal had, when the ball was traveling slower on clay, he had time to set up. He had that big weapon, the forehand. And when he had time to set up, he can even get past any defender, no matter how fast they are. And even when the court is slow and that defender has more time to get past it, that weapon, he can get past him to finish points. So when Nadal and Djokovic could do everything the other could do, both had great defense, long rallies, no errors, consistency. But then to get past a very fast defender on a slow court, you need the big weapon. Nadal had that in a way with the forehand in a way that Djokovic didn't. Same here. Alcaraz has that in the way that Djokovic doesn't. But now you're not dealing with Nadal and Djokovic in their 20s equal speed. In addition to that, Alcaraz is able to make a bigger wall by being faster than Djokovic. So to get past this slow clay court anyway, it's harder because he's faster. But then it's even more effective because Djokovic doesn't have that big shot to get past him to finish. Whereas when Alcaraz is attacking, he does have that big shot to get past any defender. But then number two, Djokovic is not as fast. So he doesn't need to be that good. Because Djokovic is older, but he is that good, and he could get past Djokovic when he was younger, but he's not. Djokovic is slower, and that just makes it even easier. Then another thing about this battle is sometimes you just can't get past. Like if Alcaraz and Djokovic are defending great, even when you have the big forehand, it makes it much easier to finish points, but there's still long rallies, and it is harder to finish points on clay when you're against a good defender. So sometimes when you can't get past the defender with brute force, there's a temptation to go for too much power near the line to force it and make the error there. So what I would say is what you want to do is have another option rather than just power. Even though Alcaraz on the forehand can get past even a 25-year-old Djokovic, and it'll be easier now than he's slower. And even though Djokovic doesn't have that big weapon to get past Alcaraz, and Alcaraz is even faster, so it's harder, and Djokovic doesn't have the big shot to get past him. Alcaraz does have the big shot, and Djokovic is not as fast. But sometimes you still can't get past the defender, regardless of the opponent being a bit slower, regardless of you having a big forehand like Alcaraz that can get past any defender on any court. There's just longer rallies on clay, and sometimes it's still going to be harder than grass or indoors. So what you want to do is have touch shots to say it's not just about generating power and getting past the court, because the court's going to slow it down and give the defender more time. You want to have other ways to do it. So Alcaraz has a better drop shot. So because he's got that power to get past Djokovic, Djokovic might want to stand back to have more time to defend, to get to the power. But then Alcaraz can say, if it's too hard to get past you to finish the point because the court's so slow and you're going to defend well, and neither can get past the other, what you want to do is saying, I want a way to finish the point that doesn't involve power. Because when it involves power, the court's going to slow it down and it's going to be harder to get past you. So I need another way. Another way is a drop shot to say, like, you just can't get past the opponent as easily. The rally has to be longer because it's clay. So find a way that doesn't involve power, getting past the opponent with power, because the clay will slow it down. And the other way is the drop shots. Alcaraz has a better drop shot. So when he just can't get past Djokovic to finish the court because the court's slow and Djokovic's defending well, he's got another way, a drop shot. and the best drop shot ever. So number one, he has the power to get past Djokovic or any defender on a slow court. But when he still can't because Djokovic is defending well and the court's slow, he can go not do it with power, not have to get not worry that the court's slowing the ball down and giving Djokovic more time. He can say, I won't do it with power, I'll do it another way with touch. I'll do a drop shot. And the ball's landing short of you and you don't have time to get in there. And maybe because Alcaraz does have the power to get past you anyway, but it's just a bit harder because it's clay. You're more worried about the power, so you're standing back to get more time, but then he gets you with a drop shot. And he doesn't have to worry that it's harder to get past this slow court to finish points because he just says, I'm not getting it past you. I'm just using the drop shot. My drop shot's amazing, and I don't have to beat you with power and get through this slow clay court. I can just do it with a drop shot. He's got a better drop shot. So when Djokovic can't get past him and has to go to the drop shot, his drop shot's not going to be as good. But when Alcaraz needs to get past his opponent and can't, he can do the drop shot, and his drop shot is much more effective, so he'll be better. Djokovic, it'll be more a desperation tactic, but Alcaraz can actually say, if I can't get past you through this slow clay court, I can try something else. I can do for the drop shot. So that'll be more effective for Alcaraz and Djokovic. Then if you can't get through the court to finish the opponent, to finish the ball past the opponent because the court's slow and your opponent's defending well, you want to be able to come to the net and do drop shots, drop volleys mostly. Alcaraz has a better ability when he can't get through the court to finish points to not say, I'm not going to force it to get past you. I can come into the net and I can finish points that way with the drop volley, not by having to get past you with power. So first point is Alcaraz has that big weapon, the forehand, to get past any court and any defender to finish in a better way than Djokovic does. Two, he's more better defensively. So to hit past this slow clay court through a great defender, it's harder to get through Alcaraz. Three, when there are long rallies and when the court is slower and it's hard to get past this slow court and a great defender like both players are, you need to go to something else. Alcaraz a better drop volley coming into the net and a better drop shot. So he can do it with power. But when somehow it's harder to get through this court, he can do the drop volley better than Djokovic and the drop shot. So that'll be those things are why I'm saying it'll be straight sets, yes, but two very close sets, because in the end of the day, when both guys are defending well and you need the big weapon to finish points, Alcaraz has got it. When you struggle to get past the opponent to finish points and you need to try a drop shot, Alcaraz is better. When you struggle to finish the ball through the court and you need net play, Alcaraz has got it. So, and then when just making it harder to finish points for your opponent by saying the court's slower, I've got more time to get to the balls, I'm going to be faster than you and make a better wall that's harder to get past. Alcaraz is faster. So, and then the other thing is it's slower, but it's high bouncing and the ball wants to jump up at you. So top spin makes it jump up. So who's going to exploit the high bouncing nature of the court? Who's going to have the ability to make it go higher? Alcaraz has more top spin, so he's going to exploit it and make the most of the higher bouncing court to make high, awkward balls on Djokovic more than Djokovic will do to him. So, again, the grass court suited Djokovic much more, but for all these reasons, this court advantages Alcaraz even more. But Alcaraz beat Djokovic even on grass. And he grew up on clay. So, but then for all these reasons I mentioned in this video, this is going to suit Alcaraz even more. And then the rallies are much longer on clay, which means it's much physical. So you're 37, you come off knee surgery, you're going to be tested physically with your age, injuries, ache pains. They're all going to feel worse on clay with longer rallies. But Alcaraz is 21 in the prime of his life. He's fine with that. So that's another way. And then it could cause Djokovic to try to shorten points and be more attacking because he doesn't have it physically. But then clay doesn't suit shortening points. It suits long rallies. But if you don't have the fitness to do it, again, you're going to be affected. And then again, you're going to lose because of that. And then sometimes Djokovic has a better serve than Alcaraz. The clay slows down the serve and takes the serve out of play. Another thing Djokovic would like to do, because Alcaraz does have a big motion on the forehand, if it was a faster court, Djokovic could go fast into the forehand and rush Alcaraz on the forehand, and then with the big swing, he can arrive late. That's a tactic on a faster court. But on clay, it's going to slow down the ball, giving Alcaraz enough time to get through the swing of the forehand and have time to set up and do the full swing. So then you can't go into the forehand because you can't beat him for pace and make him arrive late on the big swing for the forehand because the clay is slowing the ball down, giving Alcaraz the extra time to do the forehand. And when the clay slows down the ball and both players have more time to set up and give the forehand the big swing, who's that going to benefit? Out the guy with the bigger forehand, Carlos Alcaraz. So better defense, more ability to get past a great defender and finish points with the forehand, making the most of the higher bounce with more topspin, and then being faster, so harder to hit through on the slow court, Alcaraz with the speed. And then some of the tactics like Djokovic going deep, Djokovic going faster into the forehand, rushing Alcaraz. You can't rush him on the forehand. So Alcaraz adapted his game and was more attacking on the grass and destroyed Djokovic. But on the clay, with all this confidence, with all these things, more things that I pointed out suiting Alcaraz's game, and then we don't know about the health, because to win on clay against someone like Alcaraz, you might have to play 3 hours of long grinding rallies, 37, coming off surgery, pain in the knee. Like, you could look quite stupid out there, because physically you're tested. But the 21-year-old, he can do it. So, I mean, there are so many things against Djokovic. He was already beaten in the grass because Alcaraz was better offensively there, and it was first strike tennis, and his defense was still a factor even on grass, even though it's faster and harder to defend. He was still more of a wall than Djokovic, but his defense is going to count for so much more on clay. And then to finish the point on the clay, you need that big weapon. He's got it. The top spin, he's got it. And then when you can't get past the defender because it's hard to finish points, you need a touch shot, drop shots, volley. He's also got that. So I really like, and then even if Djokovic's serve and attacking return of serve to the back line is better, those things like the serve, it's slowed down through the clay, and then the attacking return of serve is slowed down. So those things are limited. Going into Alcaraz's forehand fast and deep to rush him, again, the clay slows that down and takes that away. And I just think Djokovic's shots are not really going to get through this court. He doesn't have enough power. The court's too slow. Alcaraz gets enough time to set up, and Alcaraz is able to dictate the shot, push Djokovic around, and just stand in the middle and boss Djokovic around with the forehand and control the rallies and overpower him. And Djokovic is now on the run all the time, and at his age with the knee and all that, and long rallies with Alcaraz in control and him moving, like he's going to be in too much pain. He's not going to be able to do it. He's not going to have the fitness, and he's just going to look quite terrible out there. But because he's Djokovic and he wants it and he's good at long rallies and shot tolerance and the experience, he's still going to fight. He's still going to hang in there. He's still going to find a way to make these sets close. But it'll be like 2 close sets, like 7-5, 6-3 for Alcaraz. And Alcaraz is just going to come down to Alcaraz is going to overpower him with the forehand. Alcaraz is going to be able to get through this court and finish points. Djokovic won't. And then when he can't, it's going to be the drop shot, drop volley. He can also finish shots that way. And he's going to be more of a wall. And none of Djokovic's tactics will work because, like I said, the clay will limit them. And then even when it was a faster court, Alcaraz was better offensively and defensively, so he couldn't do much. And then even like the best thing Djokovic could maybe do is backhand to backhand rallies. But Alcaraz's backhand is now so good. On Wimbledon final, he matched Djokovic on the backhand to backhand rallies. He actually won the backhand to backhand rallies. But even if Djokovic's backhand's better or better, the best case is slightly better, but it's not going to make up for all these other advantages that I've mentioned. And Alcaraz is just simply going to overpower him, boss him around, control the rallies. Djokovic's shots don't really get through the court, and Alcaraz has time to set up, bosses him around, controls the rallies of the forehand, and then when he can't finish, comes into the net or employs a drop shot. And he's just got too many options. and Djokovic really struggles with getting the ball through this court and finish past past Alcaraz's defense. Sorry. But yeah, it's just going to be the forehand. He's going to boss Djokovic around. He's going to overpower Djokovic. And Djokovic won't be able to be in these long rallies, always in defense with the age and with the knee. And he's just going to be tired and in pain. And then he's going to lash out. He's going to go for as much power near the line, and he's probably going to miss a lot. But most of the time, he's going to be rallies where Alcaraz is overpowering, standing in the middle, bossing around, moving Djokovic left to right and controlling the points and finishing at the net sometimes employing the drop shot when Djokovic is so worried about the power of the forehand. But Djokovic will fight hard, do his best, want this badly, fight, and that'll make it 2 close sets, but he won't be quite close enough to get a set. If I'm wrong, maybe Djokovic just finds a way to get a set, and then it's 2-1 to Alcaraz. But I really think straight sets for Alcaraz, 2 close sets, and the biggest thing, the forehand, controlling the rallies and overpowering Djokovic. Plus all the other things that I've mentioned. But straight sets to Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz will be your Olympic gold medalist on Sunday. Then just a quick side note, the bronze medal game is going to be Musetti against Aliassime. I mean, Aliassime looked very bad, and I just think Musetti's game is more suited for clay, better long rallies, better at the shot tolerance, misses less, has the forehand to dictate and move Aliassime around and expose his lack of movement. And as the defense, when Aliassime attacks, he's going to have to go for the line too close, force it too much and make errors. And when he doesn't, it's just long grinding rallies with Musetti moving him around with the forehand and out rallying him, or Aliassime going for too much and making errors. I'll say 2 close sets there for Musetti, but I'm 50-50. It'll be either 2 close sets or 3 sets for Musetti. So Musetti gets the bronze, Djokovic silver, and Carlos Alcaraz gold. And both these matches should be straight sets. So gold medal for Carlos Alcaraz, straight sets over Novak Djokovic. You heard it here first. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Be back in a few days and I'll review the Olympic gold medal and bronze medal game. Please subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. And Carlos Alcaraz is your Olympic champion and Olympic gold medalist. Please subscribe. Be back for my review in a few days. Thanks for being with me, guys. Subscribe, bell notification. Be back for my review in a few days of the gold medal game. Thanks for being with me. Subscribe and bye for now.